Said time and again, we will return politics to the service of the people. What part of returning politics to the service of the people involves accepting free outfits?
I've been waiting for a long time. The turning point when people and places across England finally begin to take back control over the things that matter to them.
Are the rules? The perception is a different thing. What part of returning politics to the...
Last week, live on national television, Kuenssberg delivered a grilling that left Angela Rayner stumbling for answers. The Labour deputy leader was cornered, questioned, and left visibly rattled as Kuenssberg pushed for clarity on Labour's policies. What exactly went down, and why has this exchange become the talk of British politics? Let's break it all down. It all unfolded during a high-stakes political...
The service of the people involved you accepting a free stay in a New York apartment on a holiday.
Well, first of all, I was on holiday in New York. I paid for my holiday in New York, but as friends do, a friend allowed me to stay. I often allow people to stay at Felt, and I went beyond the rules. It's because that person had donated to my deputy leadership, who happens to be a friend, but is a politician in their own right. I felt I should declare it, and I did declare it.
But you were accepting accommodation from a wealthy Labour donor, whether they were a friend or not. What part of that do you think looks acceptable to people watching this morning?
I think the important thing is, somebody allowed me to stay at their apartment for a few days. I decided to declare that because that person is a politician, happens to be a friend.
Interview on Sunday with Kuenssberg. Do us a quick favor, hit that like button and subscribe. The Labour Party is under growing pressure to prove they're ready to lead Britain through economic challenges, and Angela Rayner was tasked with defending the party's policies. But this wasn't just another softball cue and how can Labour claim to offer a clear vision when so many of your policies remain vague? Rayner attempted to pivot, focusing on Labour's commitment to supporting working-class families. But Kuenssberg wasn't having it. She pressed harder, demanding specifics on how Labour's proposed tax reforms and public spending plans would actually work. Things took a turn when Kuenssberg asked about Labour's controversial stance on raising taxes for high earners and businesses. Rayner's response a mix of hesitation and deflection. You talk about fairness, but how do you ensure this doesn't push businesses out of the UK? Can you give us numbers? Deputy Leader, Rayner struggled to provide concrete answers, leading Kuenssberg to push even harder. The result: a visibly uncomfortable Rayner trying to redirect the conversation back to broader values, only to be interrupted again with demands for specifics. By the time the interview wrapped up, Kuenssberg's unrelenting line of questioning had sparked reactions from across the political spectrum. Critics of Labour seized the moment, accusing the party of lacking a clear plan. Meanwhile, Rayner's supporters argued that Kuenssberg's approach was overly aggressive. Finally, a journalist holding politicians accountable. Well done, Kuenssberg. Angela Rayner handled herself well under unfair pressure. This was an ambush, not an interview. This isn't just about one tough interview. It's about Labour's ability to prove they're ready to govern. With the next general election looming, every misstep matters. Kuenssberg's grilling highlighted key concerns about Labour's preparedness, particularly around their economic policies and tax plans. Labour may be leading in the polls.
This video and subscribe my channel for more political updates.